All right, this is my hot take on this. Manifesting involves a lot of self-development, and self-development is part of manifesting. You may have to listen to that again because, y'all, when you are consciously manifesting something, it involves some level of inner development so that you can actually take account, like, okay, I believe this about that. My perspective on this is that. You're doing a level of a reflection so that you can shift some things and get and access that subconscious mind on what's going on in there. Same as if you're doing self-development. But the thing is, when we just go into self-development, they don't really use the fancy terms. That's all. They don't sprinkle and put all that glitter on it. But it is essentially the same thing. So if you hear me talk about more self-development type terms, I'm still talking about manifesting. If you hear me talking, putting all the glitter and the cutesy manifestation technique jargon in there, words, I'm still talking about self-development, y'all. They are one and the same. And you can do this. And it also goes into a lot of other things like spirituality. You can use those types of terms, but it's still talking about conscious manifestation. You can talk about psychology, those type of terms. Still talking about manifestation. It just depends which one resonates with you more. I want to know which one resonates with you more, the psychology side of it, the quantum physics side of it, the more the spirituality, what is it? Because some people, they're like super sciencey. They're like, okay, that makes sense like that. And then some people are like spirituality. Oh, I get it. That makes sense. So what makes sense to you? It is all the same thing. And it's interesting how people try to make manifesting seem like it's just something completely left field. Like it's just some woo-woo-y, just crazy stuff. When it's really not. It's literally, when you're consciously manifesting, you are making a goal and you achieve it. That's really what it is. Okay? The goal is to manifest $1,000. And then you achieve said goal. But the difference with manifesting is it's more effortless. So you're not really just banging your head against the wall like, oh my gosh, how do I do this? You are having the self-awareness and you don't have to figure out the how. And you do your self-development. It makes it easier. And since I've been doing it, yeah, it's been way easier, more effortless, more in tune with your intuition. But you can still access and get intuition coming through, even if you don't know manifesting, even if you're just going with the self-development stuff, or even if you're just going with the spirituality stuff, or even if you're just going with the quantum physics stuff, you are still doing the same thing. But which way resonates with you more? I want to know. What way resonates with you more? Where you just, it just clicks now. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And he was right. Forrest, you were right. You never know what you're going to get. And that is the beauty of living this life, having this reality that you live in. Because those unexpected things are the opportunities. Those unexpected things that happen, even if you, at first glance, you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm so annoyed that this happened. I can't believe this happened. Why did this happen to me? And you may be upset about it. But guess what? There is gold in that moment. Because you get to see, okay, what do I really believe about this thing? So everything outside of you, it's like you're peering into your mind. Because all of this stuff you have to bounce off of. Once you see something, like you're watching this video, you will see what your belief is about this. It'll bounce right off, boom, show you your belief, whether that's positive or negative. And so you're constantly peering in full color into your subconscious mind every single moment of the day without fail. Because you're not in a box. If you were in a box, that would be different, but you're not. You have all of this stuff around you. And especially you got social media, so you constantly have, you can see what your limiting beliefs or your positive beliefs are. And once you can do that and you realize that, you're like, dang, you don't have to have all these subconscious beliefs go under the radar anywhere because they're right there in front of you. All you have to do is identify them. And that's it. Because, yeah, okay, let's say if you see a police car. How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel nervous? Okay. So why do you feel nervous? And then you'll start asking yourself the questions like what I tell my clients and students to get down to what the main limiting belief is. And that is the one that is in that subconscious mind. You bring it out, shine a light on it, and boom, it's right there. You can shift it, reframe it, and then have a positive belief to replace it. And that's how it works. These subconscious beliefs that you have or unconscious beliefs that you have, they are not something that is so hidden from you that you can never figure it out. They're very easy to figure out because your reality is going to show you. Okay, you see a stray dog on the street. Okay, how do you feel? And what do you believe about that? What do you feel about that? What do you think about that? And you start asking yourself the layered questions. You see at the grocery store a super nice cashier that just brightened up your day. Okay, how do you feel? Oh, I feel happy. And then what do you think about this? What do you believe about this? There are good people everywhere. There you go. You are constantly shown what beliefs you have. Your subconscious mind, it's not some hidden treasure box. It's open. It's open all day long. So the only thing you have to do is walk over to the treasure chest, pick up the gold, and look at it. Analyze it. Okay, this is a 14 karat gold plate. That's all you got to do. Don't make this stuff complicated, y'all. I'm telling you. Once you figure this out and understand this, your life is going to change. And if you really got what I'm saying and you are just like, we're here, comment below, we're here. You got to pay attention to why you actually desire something. Why are you deciding to have that certain thing? Why is that your goal? Because a lot of people, they will go through this stuff and they're like, I want to manifest this. But then, years later, it still didn't happen. Now, there are a number of things that can happen or why that can happen, but you want to pay attention. And one of the reasons it may be happening is because you're not paying attention to why you actually want this thing. You may be wanting this thing out of anxiety. You may be wanting this thing to prove somebody wrong. You may be wanting this thing to make somebody jealous. When you are doing something like that, you're coming from a lack mentality. You're saying, oh, I lack this thing, but let me somehow be the vibrational frequency of abundance through being lackful. Does that make sense? Now, this actually may be pertaining to you. Like, this is what is happening. If you're watching this video, this has something to do with you. You're not watching this for no reason. Everything happens for a reason. So you are here for a reason, whether this has a little to do with you or a lot to do with you, but it's, it's something to do with you. So why do you want that money? Why do you want more followers on your social media? Is it to prove that you're worthy? Is it to prove that you're important? Why do you want a new place to live? To flaunt your status? Why do you want these things? And then when you can get clear on why you want these things, do you want it because you just love it? Then good. You will manifest it for sure, easily. If you want it because you're coming from a lackful spot, that's why it's not happening yet. So when you can start getting and digging into that, why do I want this so bad? Start from there and go down in the layers of that limiting belief you have, because yes, it is. You got one. That's why you feel that lack. You can only feel lack when you have a limiting belief. You see what I'm saying? If you feel abundant, you wouldn't have a limiting belief about that. You would have a positive belief about it. So it's time to Get into that mind. You have this beautiful mind. You have all this information that constantly comes to you from intuition and higher self. But you're sitting on it. Why? Don't sit on this information, y'all, because this is the key to manifesting, to consciously manifesting, shifting into the reality that you desire, achieving the goal. When you can get into this thing right here, get into the mind, your subconscious mind. Make your subconscious mind your friend. That's your bestie. Because your bestie is going to tell you all the secrets. So start asking your bestie the questions. Why are you not talking to your bestie? When you talk to your bestie, you say, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel like I have to prove something? You're going to talk. Your bestie's going to talk. And you have this dialogue going when you're asking the good questions. And then you'll get to the root of the limiting belief that you have. And you can shift it. And then watch your reality just shift before your eyes. And you'll be thanking me.